Okay, I think I'm live again. Okay, can you guys hear me? Okay. It's been crazy. Can you guys hear me? Is there any echo? Okay, great. I'll be right back. Okay. So here I am in Florida. It is hot here. So I had to turn the AC on. Uh, Bear with me. I'm just about ready to rock. Okay. This is weird because I'm seeing like this delay on my video, but as long as you guys can hear me okay and I can see the chat, we're good to go. So, first thing I want to talk about is the Schumann resonance. We're having this whiteout going on right now, and it's pretty amazing. Let me know what you guys are thinking and feeling with this Schumann resonance whiteout. It's really interesting because we've had this in the past, and what we're seeing is it's coming up more and more lately that we're having these whiteouts and these huge spikes in the Schumann resonance. And why is this happening? Well, it finally came to me the other day when I was talking to my friend Carrie Sanders. What's happening is we started entering the photon belt back in, it probably started, the early beginnings of the photon belt probably began probably in the mid to late 80s. That's probably when the sun started turning from the yellow to the white. And now we have this white sun, and people are thinking, why is the sun white? Well, as the sun and as our solar system goes into this band, it's a 2,000-year band of photons. And what's happening is the sun is energetically picking up on the photons and it's supercharging the sun. So what we're seeing is the sun going from yellow to white, and that's influencing the Schumann resonance. So with this, what we're seeing is transformation that's being brought about by the photon belt and the rising of the Schumann resonance. So it's really, really important, more so now than ever, to stay grounded. Make sure you're grounded. Get out there, no matter where you are, what the climate is. Make sure you get out and ground. It's so important nowadays to get out there and do that. Just going to check the chat real quick. Courtney's saying that she had a mild headache all day today. Well, that ties into what's going on with today's high-pitch frequency. For those of you that can't hear the high-pitch frequencies, they change all throughout the day. And on IN5D.com, I put a high-pitch frequency report out every day. And today's high-pitch frequency, Courtney, is in the key of B major. B major is the crown chakra. So if any of you are having headaches or crown chakra perhaps tingling in the crown chakra area, that would explain why. Nice guy saying, so good to hear you talk about the photon belt. Well, that's really huge. And I have to thank, once again, Carrie Sanders for the conversation that we had the other day. And it just clicked with me when I was talking to her about that, why everything is happening like this, especially with the sun going from yellow to white. It made perfect sense. So it's huge. The photon belt, what happens is it's this big band of photons that are there's no escaping it. So what it's doing is it's basically having us vibrate in the vibration of truth, love, light, and transformation. So it's pretty exciting as we're going into this. And what we're seeing is the evidence of this happening is through the sun. So when we're seeing that white sun, that is evidence that we are right now in the photon belt. Check the energies. Someone's saying that their ears are screaming. You know, and that might be another thing too, as we go in there, perhaps these photons too are affecting these high-pitched frequencies. Not everyone's going to hear them. Some people actually feel them instead of hearing them. For example, we're seeing some comments here about I'm having headaches. Well, you might not necessarily hear the high-pitched frequencies, and what I end up doing is I'll find that note on my guitar. For example, right there's the B, and I can tell on a much higher level, on a much higher octave, that that is the frequency that I'm hearing right now. But it changes, and when I wake up each morning, I make sure I see whatever I figure out whatever the frequency is on guitar, and I put that into a post on IN5D. So with these Schumann resonance spikes and whiteouts, curious if any of you guys were like really tired today, or if you ended up taking a nap, because I did. I laid down. Initially, I wanted to take a nap. I went to the beach. I did my walk of gratitude. I actually did 2 of them. And when I got home, I felt like laying down. I felt like, man, I got to take a nap. But every time I get that feeling, I always check out what's going on with the Schumann resonance. So I checked it out, and sure as hell, yeah, there's a whiteout going on. So I'm like, oh my, now I got to write an article and I got to do a post because I want to keep you guys all updated on Facebook. So I did all that, and I didn't end up napping until about 4 o'clock, and I fell asleep watching a metaphysical video, and I only slept for about an hour, but here I am, and that's what happens. For a lot of us, what we do is we feel that energy coming in, and when these energies are coming in, you're pulling in upgrades, and you're uploading these upgrades as you're sleeping. So there's a reason why you're being drawn to sleep and why you're feeling tired when these events occur. Excuse me. Joel Farmer is saying that the high-pitched frequencies seem to be higher at night. That may be true. It's weird, Joel, because I've been hearing these high-pitched frequencies all my life. I remember even in grade school taking that hearing test where you put on the headset and they're asking you, okay, what ear do you hear this high-pitched frequency in? I constantly heard them. I mean, as soon as I put the headphone on, they're already going. And they had at that point they hadn't even played any high pitched frequency, but I've been hearing them all my life, so that they've always been here, and they come in at different frequencies. Although earlier in the week we saw, what was it, 5 days in a row of the same frequency, which was extremely rare. It's rare to have back to back, let alone 5 days of the same frequency. And that frequency was a G sharp, which cusps the G and the A. And I believe that's the throat chakra and the third eye. Allison Costello is saying, oh my God, my energies have been all over the place. And you're not alone either. I mean, a lot of us are, and it's being reflected in our sleep patterns. A lot of us are having like irregular sleep patterns where you might go to bed at like 7 o'clock one night and wake up at 1 in the morning and stay up the rest of the night. Or you might stay up until like 3 o'clock in the morning and then go to bed then, or take 1 or 2 naps throughout the day. It's so crazy what's going on with our sleep patterns. Unfortunately, a lot of people have to work. and we don't have the luxury of going to sleep when we want to. You know, myself, obviously, this is what I do, but even doing what I do, I still had an obligation to put out that article and to update everyone on my In5D Facebook page as well. So I still work, and I work every day of the year. I haven't had a day off since I started In5D in 2009. But a lot of people are working, you know, at their jobs, you know, 9 to 5 jobs or whatever, and they're feeling this energy, these waves coming in, and you feel like napping, but you can't. And I understand. Now, one of the questions that a lot of people are asking is, okay, I didn't get to nap. Am I still getting the download? Well, yeah, you are. You're going to get that regardless. But it's a lot easier to receive it when you're sleeping. Even if you're awake, even if you're at work, you're still getting those downloads. You're still getting the photons. Everything is still the same, except you're awake and you're at work. So, okay. And I'm open for any questions that you want to ask. Just like maybe type them in capital letters or something. Norbert's saying, ever since I was a kid, um, Norbert heard the high-pitched frequencies as well. And same with JKLO. Norbert's asking, anyone flying in their dreams? That's like one of my recurring dreams that I've had so many freaking times, that I can fly. And the funny thing is normally I'm petrified of heights, even though I want to jump out of an airplane, and, you know, with a parachute, of course. But yeah, I would love to do that just to face my fear. But yeah, in my dreams I can fly, but in my dreams there's no fear of heights. I can go as high as I want and then swoop down, just arch my back and come right back up again. It feels natural when I fly in my dreams, and I'm sure it does for many of you as well. So Brett's talking about lucid dreams. I've always been curious about that because it would be so cool to be able to control your dreams. But the thing is, I think it's only 20 to 30% of the population have prophetic dreams, and I'm one of those people. And I'm wondering if that would affect my ability to see things that haven't happened yet if I was able to lucid dream, or would it be able to would I be able to actually say, okay, what is it that I need to see next? I don't want to take that chance. So I'm just going to leave it the way it is. I'm not going to go into the lucid dreaming. Uh, Although it sounds fascinating, I would love to do it, but I kind of appreciate whenever source, creator, source, universe gives me these messages in my dreams. So I'm going to have to leave it at that. Here's a nice observation from Betty. She said that the Schumann resonance spikes make her feel great and geomagnetic storms knock her down. Now the Schumann resonance spikes for me, I might feel great, which I usually do, but it knocks my ass out. I get tired. You know, I have to sleep for the most part. But right now, after taking that nap, I can feel still right now. I can feel my crown chakra tingling with that B major high pitch frequency. Here's something too that I notice. It's weird. It's almost like it's hard to describe, but there's sometimes, and it's happened maybe 4 or 5 times in my life, that the last time it happened, I was sitting in my car. I was waiting for this parking space to open at Siesta Key Beach. I was going to the drum circle. I'm just sitting there and I'm relaxed and I'm waiting for the family to get together and get in their car and back out. But all of a sudden I heard this bzz sound in my head. It was really loud. It was almost like an electrical charge. Bzz, and it just took me aback. And I didn't know what it was. I still haven't figured out to this day what that is. Um, I don't want to say it was like a short circuiting kind of sound, but it was just a bzz, and maybe it was some kind of reset, or maybe that was some kind of download. I don't know. Haven't figured that one out yet. Don't know if any of you guys have experienced that either. What I'm seeing on Facebook, a lot of people are sending me pictures of the sun. And I recommend that you go out and you get as many pictures as you can yourself, because I'm getting pictures from all around the world. And what we're seeing are these concentric rings of energy pulsating from the sun right now. In the beginning of February, I had that vision. I was walking on the beach doing my walk of gratitude, and I just had to stop and meditate at that one point. And when I meditate on the beach, I usually do this third eye meditation where there could be 1,000 people around me. Doesn't matter. It's so easy once you train yourself how to do that. But I just get in that zone. And there's an article on IN5D. I believe it's called "Do This Right Before You Go to Bed to Open Your Third Eye," something along that line. And I'll leave a link below in the more info section if you want to check that out. And something you can do anytime once you train your body how to do it. Basically, right before you go to sleep, your brain goes into the alpha state right beforehand. And that's when your third eye can open so easily, just like that. What's going to happen is while you're sleeping, and if you can keep your mind focused while you're still relaxed in that alpha state, you'll see these purplish, bluish, swirling energies, and eventually they'll become pictures or movies, and you'll start seeing that. And if you can hold that without falling asleep, that's how you train your third eye to stay open, even in the daytime. Now, this is what I did that particular day. I'm on the beach. There's, Siesta Key. We're in season, thousands of people on the beach. I just stop, drop, and meditate. So I'm sitting there, and that was the first thing I saw, these concentric rings of light coming from the sun. Bam, 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 bam. And they just kept coming and coming and coming. I told the person I was with that day when I got back about what I saw, but I never posted anything on IN5D. I didn't tell anyone else about it. A few days later, I get a call from Rosie Neal. And she's telling me about how she's working in her garden, and she got that vision of this concentric energy, this plasma being emitted from the sun, the same thing. And I stopped her. I said, Rosie, you're not going to believe it. That's the vision I just had myself. And we had the vision about the same time at the beginning of February. These are the confirmations I look for, kind of like when I had that vision of the 3 tidal waves and I put it out there. And so many other people had the vision of 3 tidal waves. There must have been at least 10, 12 people, which is a lot. I mean, probably at least dozens of people had dreams of seeing 1 tidal wave and feeling calm and relaxed. But there had to have been at least 10 or 12 people that saw 3 tidal waves that you know, once I put it out there, they've also had that kind of vision. I call that, you know, being a first responder. And other people out there are like me. You'll pick up these things before everyone else, but it's not just me that's picking it up. I just happen to be the person that's putting it out there and talking about it publicly before most people. Just like that flash of white light. I think I was talking about that in 2014 before anyone else that I know of was talking about it. It's just being a first responder, seeing that stuff before it happens. Getting back to that dream or that vision on the beach, it was just concentric rings of light. And now what's happening is people are posting all these pictures and they're sending them to me in private messages and everything. Every day I'm getting more and more and more confirmation of these concentric rings of light, the plasma, basically photons, and it's happening right now, every day. I mean, even while right now it's what 9:35 Eastern time in Florida in the evening, and even though the sun is on the other side of the planet, it's still coming. It doesn't matter. Matter of fact, there's a woman, Gina something Colvin Hill or something like that, on Facebook. She has a picture of the moon with rainbow clouds around the moon, or well, obviously in front of the moon. But you can see that obviously that's being charged up by photonic energy. So it doesn't matter whether it's nighttime or daytime. We're going through that belt. And imagine this belt. Say this is the photon belt, but it's a lot bigger, and our planet is only like a tiny grain of sand compared to that. But it's going to take 2,000 years to go through that belt. 2,000 years of photons, just transformational photons flooding the planet. So it doesn't matter whether the sun's out or not. We're getting that energy right now, 24/7. And that brings up the truth vibration. Everything that resonates in the vibration of truth, love, and light is being illuminated. The photons are illuminating everything that's in the vibration of truth, love, and light. And that brings me to QAnon. The QAnon movement is called the Great Awakening. And if you look at the QAnon map, even on the QAnon map, you'll see 5D Earth. What's happening with the QAnon movement, and this is what fascinates me so much. Before I get into that, you don't have to know anything about QAnon and the Great Awakening that QAnon is pushing. There's a lot of people out there that I love so very much that are just holding space. You don't have to go into this. You don't have to go that far down the rabbit hole. Just keep holding that space, and I appreciate that. But to me, especially with IN5D, I try to reach everyone, and I see this QAnon movement as a way to reach those who are just beginning their journey into truth. Excuse me. Now, many people woke up in 2001 after 9/11, and that began their journey. This is something completely different. Right now, there's over 80,000 sealed indictments that are about to be unsealed, and there's some being unsealed right now, according to QAnon. Now, QAnon is this government white hat, a Q-level white hat that works in conjunction with the president and gives us information basically in riddle because he can't outwardly come out and say what's going on. It would give away the game plan. But everything he's been talking about, everything he's been saying has been spot on. So that's why I'm here. When people are awakening to QAnon and all these truths that are coming up, eventually they're going to say, okay, well, what's my purpose here? What is my life purpose? Why am I here? What is my life purpose? And that's where we come in. You, me, everyone in 5D. That's where we help everyone find out, find themselves and just kind of gently guide them, because we can't enlighten anyone. All we can do is basically light the candle and hope that they can maintain the flame. So if they have any questions or anything like that, you want to be there for them. And I have liberal friends that, I hope it's going to be a rude awakening for a lot of them. And it's not just all liberals either. There's some bad Republicans out there. Myself, if you know anything about me, I'm not Republican or Democrat. I just stand in the vibration of truth, love, and light. Didn't even vote, as a matter of fact, the last election. I think the last time I voted was Ron Paul in 2012. So the Great Awakening is the QAnon movement, and it's happening right now. There's a lot of things that are going to be coming out that are going to be shocking. A lot of people's favorite actors or musicians are not who they really think they are. You'll learn about some pretty nasty things, like how people rely on adrenochrome to stay young and healthy, but you also learn that it's much better to have an unpleasant truth than an inconvenient lie. I'm just going to check the chat real quick. Where we go one, we go all. Indeed. Oh, there's Carrie. Hi, Carrie. Quirky Cosmo. So yeah, tune in on Monday. Carrie's going to be joining me again on Monday, and we're just going to have a killer ass chat. So make sure you come back on Monday. Maybe we'll do it here on YouTube. Maybe we'll do it on Facebook. I haven't decided yet. What do you think, Carrie? Yeah, we had a great conversation. If you didn't catch that, it's right here on the N5D YouTube channel. I'll be posting a copy of that on in5d.com tomorrow as well. So make sure you check that out. Carrie brought a ton of amazing information. She's saying put it on both. There is a way of doing it. I have this program called ManyCam, and if I can figure out how to put them on both at the same time, I'll do it. I think I might be able to. We'll see. Jennifer saying I've been friends with Gregg since MySpace days. Yeah, I was on MySpace years and years and years ago. We're giving our age away if you were ever on MySpace. Aw, Courtney's saying I can't wait until Monday to hear you guys. Sweet. Where was I going there? I don't know. If you guys have any questions, let me know. All ears. I got nothing better to do than to hang out with you guys tonight. What I love about YouTube is you can get more people on here than you can on Facebook. I still have that, oh, what do they call it? A deboost on my live videos. So I can reach maybe, 40, 50 people on Facebook, but here we have like 150 people. So that's really cool. So grateful that you've all joined, and be sure to like, subscribe, and share, and make sure that you click that notification bell as well. Occasionally you will be unsubscribed, so make sure that you continue to be subscribed to N5D. And also make sure that you subscribe to the daily and weekly newsletters. I just saw an article. Oh, what was it? QAnon posted an article, and it was from this WhatsApp developer. WhatsApp was bought out by Facebook, and the developer is saying, leave Facebook now. It's about to shit the bed, basically. They're going through all sorts of legal issues, and people are really trying to find places to go. I found a place and I posted the website on my Facebook page. I believe it's called WG1WGA dot something. We go all, we go one, we go all, something like that. But it's not the typical WW where we go all, one, we go all. It's very similar to that. Let me see if I can find that on my computer real quick, because I don't want to mislead you guys on anything. Mm, bear with me. Oh, here it is. Okay. It's WG1WGA.com. And I'll put that in the chat. WG1WGA.com. And that's a place where it's set up similar to Facebook, and I have an IN5D group there. Facebook is going down the tubes, and I highly recommend that you find alternative places to go at this point. Yeah, you know, we've got 430,000 followers on the IN5D Facebook page, but when I can only reach 1/10 of 1% of them because I'm being shadow banned so badly, it's not even worth it anymore. So it's time to really find a new spot to go, and I think that this one has a lot of promise. Um, I am on just about every social media. You'll find IN5D. Uh, One that a lot of people talk about is MeWe, but there's a lot of trolls that go on there. The Love Has Won group has tried infiltrating my MeWe page numerous times. Matter of fact, I had to shut the live chat down on there because they kept infiltrating there. And I had reports of other people telling me that they were psychically attacking people that were IN5D followers. So that's, you know, it's a horrible, horrible group. And they hide behind the premise of love has won, but it has nothing to do with love, honestly, my opinion. But yeah, check out WG1WGA.com and follow me. I'm on there as Gregg Prescott, and I also have the group IN5D1. They wouldn't allow a group to be named with only 4 characters, so you had to have 5 characters. So it's IN5D1 on WG1WGA.com. So make sure you guys check that out. So I've been working on my RNA and DNA. For those of you who subscribe to IN5D YouTube channel, I've got several videos out there of a mantra that I say, and basically it says all the beneficial codons in my RNA and DNA are now open. I can do anything. I promise to use my new abilities responsibly in humanity's best interests. And it's a mantra that I loop over and over again. On the first video, it's just me saying that. On the second video, and these are 1-hour videos, on the second video, I added ambient music. I'm going to make another one because I just saw an article about, I'm not sure what kind of worm it was. It could have been a tapeworm. It's some kind of worm that they actually shut off a codon in this worm's DNA, and the worm lived to be 2 or 3 times longer. You know, say a typical worm lives to be 8 years. It would have been 16 or 24 years, and not just that, but their offspring also, once they shut off that codon, their offspring also had the same abilities. So what I'm going to do is make another mantra video adding after I say all the beneficial codons in my RNA and DNA are turned off, I'm going to add all of the non-beneficial codons in my RNA and DNA are now turned off, and I'll experiment with that. As you know, I've been basically a guinea pig on myself for, gosh, at least 5 years, 5 or 6 years. I'm working on my DNA. It's something that fascinates me, and I think that, according to the research of Gregg, we only have 20 of the 64 codons in our DNA turned on. If somebody could figure out a way to turn on the remaining 44, or optimally have certain ones turned on that are beneficial and certain ones that are turned off that are not beneficial, you could do anything. You could manifest anything out of thin air. You could make yourself invisible. You can swipe your hand across your face and look like you're 12 again and go back and be the age you are right now. You could teleport anywhere. Anything would be possible. And the first thing I want to do is lay my hands down on Mother Earth and heal her, heal her, heal her air, water, and food supply and anything else she's ailing from. And then I want to hook my higher self up with every other higher self that wants to be healed and heal them too. And I can do all of this in less than a minute, like that, if I can figure out how to optimally turn on and or off all of the codons in my DNA. So I've been working on this for years, and I'm fine-tuning it, and I hope I'm getting closer. What I've noticed with this latest mantra that I've been doing, when I walk the beach, I'll have my earbuds in, and I'll be listening to that. It's an hour and 3 minutes long. And I just listen to that, and I say it over in my head as I'm saying it through the earbuds. I have an L3, L4 compression in my spine that creates a sciatica issue. Normally I can only walk 15 minutes and I have to stretch my back out. I have to squat down and stretch my back out. Since I've been listening to these mantras that I made, I can't tell you how many times I've walked the entire beach and back without stopping. So I know something is happening. Now, it's not every time. Occasionally I can make it all the way to the main beach, which is still 20, 25 minutes away, and then it starts to hurt a little. But something is happening, and whether that's psychosomatic or not, I don't care. Because if it's psychosomatic and I can turn on and off all the codons in my DNA that need to be turned on or off, it doesn't matter as long as it happens. So something is happening, and I'm excited about that. So just checking out the chat real quick. So grateful that you all are here on a Saturday night joining me, and hopefully we'll be back on Monday carrying myself. Okay, Paige is asking, Greg, do you have any thoughts on the 144? Could this be the shift of those particular souls? I just think, and we've all heard of the 144,000, which is basically a biblical number. If you do the numerology, it becomes a 9. 1 plus 4, 4 plus 4. 9 is completion. I think that number is exponentially larger than 144,000. I think at the time of when that was written, that was the number and that number was probably a lot of people compared to the people that are here now. I think there's a lot more. Things have changed. Timelines have changed. We've watched through the Mandela effect, timelines converging down into basically one of several choices, if that, at this point. Um, so, and then in conjunction with all this stuff that's going on with the us entering the photon belt and the Schumann resonance charts going berserk. According to Dolores Cannon, you only need to be 51% positive to make the shift. Just don't be an asshole. So there's going to be a lot more than 144,000. What's weird is, I don't know about you guys, on my phone, I'll see that a lot. I'll look at the time and it's 1:44. What I noticed too is, and you got most of us already see the 111, 1111, 222, 555, you know, those synchronistic numbers. But think about this. When is your birthday? For example, if your birthday is June 7th, so that'd be 0607. I guarantee you'll you'll look at the clock or your cell phone, and that'll be the time that you see, 0607. You're going to see your birthday a lot in the time. I get that so much. I probably see my birthday more than I see 1111. Roxana is saying the 144,000 is about DNA activation, which would make sense. It would make sense if that was like a 12-strand DNA activation. Fairy Magic saying my birthday number is 1111, so Fairy was born November 11th. That's great to have that, and along with that synchronicity. Love it. So it's like it's almost 10 o'clock. I think I'm going to leave it off at that. If you guys don't have any other questions, make sure that you like, subscribe, share. Make sure you subscribe to the IN5D newsletters, whether it's the daily or weekly, especially if the shit hits the fan and we have no way of communicating, because there's a lot of big things that are happening. Make sure you're subscribed and you won't miss out on a thing. I have articles that go out at midnight every night, so you'll be the first ones to get the new articles. And if there's any important updates, I can shoot out a quick email to everyone and let you guys know what's going on. Be sure to tune in on Monday. I'm not, like I said, I'm not sure whether Carrie and I are going to be here on YouTube or if we're going to do it on Facebook, or if I can figure out a way to do it on both. That would be sweet if I can do that, to simulcast on both Facebook and YouTube at the same time. Don't know. Maybe we'll give it a shot. But I'm going to wrap it up at that. So once again, I want to thank everyone for sharing your Saturday evening with me. Lots of great energies are coming in, so enjoy it. Get out there and ground. Make sure you get that grounding in. It's really huge right now. And until the next time, I'm sending you all infinite love and light. Namaste. See you the next time.